Hello guys, welcome to the video lecture. In this particular video lecture, we are going to solve problem number 2. This is related to the projections of cylinder. So we can see the problem. Draw the projections of cylinder 50 mm diameter and 65 mm long. That means that is equal to axis dimension and lies on the ground with its axis inclined at 30 degrees to the vertical plane and parallel to the ground. So here inclination with vertical plane is available, that is denoted by phi. So when the object is inclined to the vertical plane, as I said that we should remove the inclination with VP and make it perpendicular to the VP. So that time in the front view we will be getting the true shape of the circle. So initially we should construct the circle on the reference line. Yeah, actually our object is axis is cylinder, axis is 65 mm long and the diameter is equal 50 mm. And if you coming to the axis, that is inclined to the vertical plane. So this is the, and object is located in the horizontal plane. So this is the actual position of the object, located in the horizontal plane and inclined to the VP, that is 30 degrees. So in this position we are not getting the true shape of the circle. It is reduced shape, we are getting reduced shape. That is why we should remove the inclination with the VP and make it perpendicular to the VP. Make it perpendicular to the VP. So that we will be getting the true shape of the circle in the front view. Such that here the back surface that is a hidden surface in the front view. So we can give the lettering to the front surface and numbering to the back surface. So if we come into the front view, we can construct the front view. This one can comes on the reference line exactly because object is located exactly on the HP, so that we can construct the circle on the horizontal plane. Similarly, we can give all letters out of the braces because letters are related to the front surface. Back side numbers, so numbers are invisible, so that we can keep all the numbers within the braces. So in the simple stage we can construct the front view in this way, circle touching with the reference line. Then we can divide the circle into number of equal parts. We can divide it into 8 equal parts. So I have divided this one into the 4 and we can divide this one into 8 equal parts. So we can with the help of compass we can do it. And one more thing, for the purpose of construction of circle, from the reference line we can mark 25 mm on the perpendicular line. We can construct perpendicular line, that is 50 mm line, and on that perpendicular line we can mark 25 mm. Then that particular point becomes center. Then we can take 25 mm dimension as radius, construct the circle. That is it. And for 8 equal divisions, we can take same 25 mm dimension as radius. This point is center, draw an arc, and in other end we can take this particular point as center. We can cut the previous arc, so that we will be getting a point. We can fix the drafter with this particular point to the intersection of two arcs. Here we can set the drafter in this way. And next step we can draw the line this way, and with the help of shorter scale we can construct the line perpendicular to that one. So after the divisions have been completed, next we can give the naming. Front surface naming letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A front surface is visible, so we can give all the letters out of the braces. And back surface naming numbers. All numbers are invisible because back surface is invisible in the front view. So, and if you come into the center, P dash Q dash, that is representing center of the front surface, that is P dash, center of the back surface, that is Q dash. That is why we kept a Q dash within the braces. And P dash to Q dash is a imaginary line which is called axis. So this particular point is representing axis of the cylinder in the front view, and after that we can project every point downwards. Yes, in this way we can project all the points downwards and for the purpose of top view, we should see the top view in this direction, that means from above the object. So that time front surface points A, B, C, D, E are visible. Similarly back surface points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are visible. Remaining 3 HGF related to the front surface invisible, 8, 7, 6 related to the back surface invisible in the top view. So, and one more thing here, top view should not be touching with the reference line. because in the given data that is condition is available, that condition is not available, that means object is not touching with the vertical plane. So that is why we can maintain minimum 1 centimeter gap between the top view to the reference line. So here I can leave 15 mm, minimum 1 centimeter, and then we can construct a line that is that line is representing back surface of the cylinder. Similarly, here axis of the cylinder, that is 65 mm. So from the first this particular line, here I can mark 65 mm and construct another horizontal line that is parallel to the previous line. And next we can construct the rectangle. We can complete this one, join this particular point and this particular point. This complete view with H pencil only project us with 2H pencil. Okay, in this way we can construct only outlines with H pencil, remaining all lines are 2H lines. And inside lines, and if you coming to this particular one, here we must show the axis. So axis representation line dot line dot line dot. In this way we can construct the axis. So and next we can give the naming also. So here this one is representing A, and it is B, C, D and E. This is related to the front surface. And if you coming to the F is invisible if you see the object in this direction, and similarly G also invisible if you see the object in this direction, H also invisible. So this is about front surface, that is over. And if you coming to the back surface, one is visible here from the above. In the top view 1 is visible. Similarly in the top view here 2 is visible and 8 is invisible. 3 is visible here and 7 is invisible. And here 4 is visible, 6 is invisible, and here 5 is visible. And finally here we can show the axis points also. This end it is Q and this end is P. So in this way we can complete the second top view. And if you coming to the in this way we can complete the first top view, and next we can move to the second stage projections. So we can reproduce the result of the first stage in the second stage. So that means I can say this is the result of the first stage. Finally we got this view. So we can reproduce the same view in the second stage by using given inclination with respect to the vertical plane, that is 30 degrees. So I can leave 1 centimeter, minimum 15 mm. Then here I can put a dot. Then from this particular point I can construct 30 degrees inclined line. Yes, here axis inclination is 30 degrees, so we can construct 30 degrees inclined line. Then we can mark axis points on this particular line, 30 degrees inclined line. This is topmost axis point, that is Q. I can mark Q here. Similarly, bottom point of axis, bottom point, that is P. So I can mark here P. The gap between these 2 points, that is 65 mm. And one more thing here, while we are marking Q, here we should set the drafter. Similarly here this particular line dimension is equal diameter of the circle, that is 50 mm. So half of this particular line, that is 25 mm. So we can measure whether it is, if we construct 50 mm line, whether it is touching with the reference line or not. So it is not touching with the reference line, so we can mark this particular point. So here if we mark the point here, this particular point here, 50 is crossing the reference line. So if we construct the diagram, this diagram becomes wrong. So that is why while we are constructing or we are reproducing this particular diagram in the second stage, this diagram should not be touching with the reference line. So that here we can construct. So PQ points marking is over, and next here I can construct 50 mm line such that here 25 mm below this particular line. Similarly another 25 above the 30 degrees inclined line. And one more thing, here we should use the HB pencil because this is about final stage projections, actual position projections. So that here I can use the HB pencil. And one more thing, here axis dimension 65, so I can construct 65 also. And here we can join this particular point with P and extend the same another 25 mm and construct it, close it. And next we have to mark 2 and 4 also. Here these points are this is 1, and here we got 3 within the braces 7, and here this particular point is 5. And if we coming to the bottom end, numbering, lettering it, this is A, and this one is C, and this one is E, and within the braces we have G. We have to find out 2 more points bottom end, 2 more points upper end. So for that purpose, let us take the dimension, that is 2 to 3 dimension as radius, and here this third point as center. Draw an arc both sides of the 30 degrees line. So in this way we can construct. Similarly, we can construct the arcs bottom end also. And next here we will be getting the points. This is 2 within the braces 8, and here we will be getting 4 within the braces 6, and here we will be getting point D within the braces F, and here we will be getting point B within the braces H. In this way we can mark the points, and we have 2H lines here, so we can join these 2 points also with 2H pencil, and here also we can construct the points with 2H pencil. So and one more thing, we have to join P and Q by means of axis line. So we know axis representation, that is line dot line dot. So in this way we can construct the axis line. And next, after the top view construction has been completed, we should project every point upwards. The projector must be perpendicular to the reference line. So I can project every point upwards. So in this way we can project the points. These projectors are numbering surface projectors, and these projectors are lettering surface projectors. And next we can draw the locus lines from the first front view to intersect the respective projector line. So here I can draw the locus line from C3. So here we can see C, this is C, and here we are having point C. So C projector and C locus line intersection point becomes C dash. Actually this is the result of the final stage, so we can add 1, C1 dash, it becomes C1 dash. And next we can draw the, and one more thing, here we have 3 locus also. This one is 3 projector. So intersection point becomes 3, 1 dash. So similarly we can draw the locus lines. So in this way we can draw the locus lines from each point to intersect the respective projector line. So here we have B locus and B projector. This is the B projector. So B locus and projector are intersecting at this particular point. So we can say this is B1 dash. And similarly here 2 dash, 2 locus line, 2 projector line. So this point becomes 2, 1 dash. And similarly here we have D4. 4, this one is 4, this one is 4, 4, 4, intersecting point 4, 1 dash, and D locus line, D projector line. So this point becomes D1 dash. And next here A, this one also A. So A intersection point A1 dash. And similarly we can mark the respective locus and projector intersection point. Coming to the points marking, in this way we can mark the points. And finally, if you observe this particular point, this here we have axis bottom end, that is P, and we have point P here, both intersection points, that is here we will be getting the point, that is P1 dash. Similarly here we have Q, second end of the axis. Similarly here we have Q dash, intersection point Q1 dash. So if we we should join P dash and Q dash by means of axis line. As I said that here line dot line dot line dot. In this way we can show the axis line. So in this way we can show the axis line. And next, if we coming to the front view, we should see the front view in this direction. So that time this lettering surface completely visible. And if we coming to the back side surface, in that particular portion only half portion is visible. So we have to find out which portion is invisible, which portion is visible. And initially we can join all the letters by means of a freehand curve, because if you see the object in this direction, these all points are visible. So we can join all the points in the correct sequence with HB pencil by freehand. Yes, in this way we can join all the points in the correct sequence by freehand with HB pencil. And next, if we come into the numbering surface, only half portion is visible and remaining half is invisible. And how to find out that one? Remember this particular point. If we see the object in this particular position, so we have to see which point is most invisible point. I can say fifth point is most invisible point from this particular position. So whatever the points, so from the 5, 6, 7, similarly 5, 4, 3, this particular portion with dotted curve, remaining portion with continuous curve, because only half portion of the back surface is visible, remaining half is invisible. That is why we can construct 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by dotted curve, 3, 1, 2, 3, similarly 1, 8, 7 by continuous curve. We can do it. Yes, in this way we can join these points by continuous curve, these points by dotted curve. All are with free hand only with HB pencil. And next step we can join 3 with C with a HB straight line. Similarly C with 7 with G. That is what I am going to do it. So finally we will be getting the projections of the cylinder in this way. We have to show the given axis of the cylinder 65 mm, similarly radius or diameter of the circle in this way, and given inclination with vertical plane 30 degrees in this way. So these are the final projections, and we can see the third problem in the next video lecture. Thanks for watching.